Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. We begin this video in Muncie, Indiana. Right here, actually specifically right here, the Muncie Children's Museum. Now the last time I went to the Muncie Children's Museum, I was still saying it that way, by the way. Right here, I'm from Newcastle, just south of here. Muncie was the town we used to come, it was the big town. The closest big town we used to come for all the stuff. Muncie Mall, movie theaters. My dentist was here. My grandfather used to take me to the Muncie Children's Museum, the old one that used to be located somewhere around here. I think that building's gone. I would love to go in here today, although I'm in a bit of a hurry. You're probably wondering, how in the heck did he get to Indiana? Well, things happen. Family emergency, and I've been spending the last day here in Muncie. I'm back home again in Indiana. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J, currently living in Tampa, Florida. I'm originally from Indiana, actually Newcastle, just south of here, as I was just explaining. My mom lives here in Indiana, and my mom is the main reason why I've been here the last couple days. Don't want to go too much into that, but mom needed my help. She hasn't been feeling well, so I love my family, I love my mom. I came up to help her out and to be with her, and thankfully she's okay now. And just a moment ago I gave her a hug and I said, not goodbye, but I'll see you real soon. So I'm glad you're doing better, Mom. Hang in there, I love you. And yeah, and that's why I'm in Muncie, Indiana. It's weird because on Sunday I was in Florida, and Jacob, the carpetbagger, and I were talking. He's originally from Indiana as well, and we got to talking about Indiana, and Muncie came up. And we were talking about Muncie, and little did I know, the next day, a couple days later, I would be here. So yeah, so what am I doing right now today? I'm leaving. I got plans south of here. I got to head back towards Florida. I got plans south of here tomorrow. Not in Indiana, further south. I am leaving town. When I was coming in, I passed, a light bulb went off. I remembered, I totally forgot. And this is an update to a series. The first ever McDonald's in the state of Indiana is just a couple blocks from here. Now, I knew that my entire life, seeing the first original McDonald's, just passing it on my way up here to see my mom, I realized that, oh my gosh, I've known this my whole life, and I've been visiting all the first restaurants in Florida, and Florida's first McDonald's, also on that series. I visited that. I'm like, I gotta visit Indiana's very first McDonald's on my way out of town. So that's the subject matter. And also I'll show you the very first McDonald's I ever ate in Newcastle, because I'm passing through my hometown on the way out of here. So yeah, we're updating the series. If you like food, if you like McDonald's like I did, I grew up on it, ate at this McDonald's as well when I was a kid, specifically when I came to the Children's Museum with my grandfather. Also Muncie, Showbiz Pizza. I used to come up here with my grandpa and go to Showbiz Pizza back when that was the thing. Now it's Chuck E. Cheese, of course. I think it's in the same location. Maybe we'll show that someday, but that's the subject matter. I'm loving it, right? All right, thanks for watching, guys. Let's go check out Indiana's first McDonald's. There's much ahead. The first McDonald's is just east of downtown. I always remember this statue, this Native American in the headdress. My grandpa would always point it out to me. Downtown Muncie looks a lot nicer than the last time I was through here 20-something years ago. Newcastle Trojans, my high school. Our rival, Muncie Central Bearcats. I remember playing basketball and football up here the last time I was in town 20 years ago. Muncie Central Bearcats also were defeated by the Milan Indians in 1954 for the state championship. Who remembers a movie called Hoosiers? It was about that team, those teams. All right, folks, 500 East Charles Street, Muncie. This is technically Madison Avenue. We just came from downtown Muncie over here a couple blocks. So you can see the arch right here. Wait for it. It is not the original building I actually remember the original building when I was a kid. This is just a modern update, but what this original McDonald's location still has, as it did when it opened back in 1958. Side note, Florida's first McDonald's, which I did a whole video of, I'll put that in the link in the description below. Florida's first McDonald's opened on Del Mabry in South Tampa, also in 1958. Another side note to that fact, that is the only McDonald's President John F. Kennedy ate. I'll leave that in the description below if you want to check that video out later. Back to this original McDonald's. The only reason I knew that this is Indiana's first McDonald's is because my grandfather used to tell me that every time we came to Muncie. This is the first one. I remember when it opened. He graduated in '56, 20 miles just south of here, Mount Summit, Indiana, actually about 10. This was their first McDonald's. Okay, another story. What this McDonald's still has, I'm about to show you. This is pretty cool. And I did more research. It's right here to my left. There is only 12 McDonald's in the entire world that still have the original McDonald's arch sign. And Indiana's first McDonald's, look at that, has the original Speedy McDonald's hamburger sign. That right there is the sign, original sign of the 1958 Indiana's first McDonald's. It's been updated. Speedy service system. Amazing. It's still here. I wish it was night so you could see the little hamburger guy light up. I'm gonna go on the other side. It really lights up. Check it out right there. Holy cow. That's amazing. I totally forgot until I saw this. When I was coming into Muncie the other day, I was coming up Madison. Thankfully I came that way because I totally forgot that the very first McDonald's was right here in Muncie. And I always knew that because my grandfather told the story about how back in the late 60s, early 70s, my grandmother came up here all the way from Newcastle. At that time, there wasn't a McDonald's in Newcastle. There wasn't many. This was like the only one up until like the 70s in eastern Indiana. He gave my grandmother a $5 bill and she came all the way up here to McDonald's, and back then, again, they were only like what, 5-10 cent hamburgers. She came back with sack full of hamburgers for my dad, my aunt, my uncle, and all their friends. They had a party and she brought home McDonald's hamburgers all the way from Muncie. It's about a 30-minute drive south. This one right here. And I always remember that story, Grandpa telling me. Also, I've eaten here, my whole family's eaten here, and we're gonna go later and I'll show you where the McDonald's I first ate at. Also, my mom worked there, and my aunt was the manager of that McDonald's in Newcastle for 20 years. So I'll show you that location. I have to. I'm passing right through my hometown on the way out. So, are you guys ready? I'm gonna go inside and eat at Indiana's first McDonald's. I will also put a couple pictures in if I can find them. Did not find too much info about the history of this McDonald's online. Surprisingly, just did a quick search, but this is it. Only 12 of these signs in existence. The original sign. That's amazing. And one's right here in Indiana. So cool. I specifically remember coming to this McDonald's when I was a kid. My mother was in some sort of like a beauty pageant, some sort of like a pageant near here in Muncie, and I remember Dad bringing us over here and we getting McDonald's before we went and saw Mom at that event. Just like most McDonald's in America right now, this one is very updated and has touchscreen. Check it out. I saw a funny post and I shared it on my Instagram last night of how McDonald's has gone from like a happy, like kind of cartoonish roadside vibe to like a very serious, like kind of like Zen grown-up vibe. Why did we get away from that? And just like my grandmother did back in years ago, we're just gonna get regular hamburgers, old school McDonald's hamburgers. Those are my favorite. I'm gonna do the cheeseburger, 2 cheeseburger meal deal. That's what I usually get. And I'm gonna go with I don't drink a lot of soda, but I'm gonna go with a Coke today. Classic meal right there. And I would like to round up to help the Ronald McDonald House. It's crazy how small the counters are in McDonald's today compared to how it used to look. It's just so small because they don't need it. Which McDonald's era are you? So I am this one, mostly, I would say. Yeah, 90s. Also, I remember the late 80s. I decided to switch it up from Coke because I had to fill it myself. I forgot about High C. High C is a classic beverage here at McDonald's for myself. Used to get it with my Happy Meal. I took it out. I'm gonna eat it. Maybe in my car over there, maybe out here. I don't see any benches. Bingo. The best thing about McDonald's, one of my most favorite things, are their French fries. When these things are hot and fresh, they're like the most amazing thing to eat. When they're soggy, we all know they're the worst thing to eat. I got hot and fresh fries right here today. Just want to say that right here, document that. Try one. Golden crisp fries. Man, that tastes like my childhood. It's amazing that I'm gonna be able to take you in just a few moments to the very first McDonald's I ate at. I grew up. My mom worked there. My aunt worked there. You're gonna see that today. Cheeseburger time, the classic. It's just an adult Happy Meal. I love the little cheeseburgers. They're my favorite. The hamburger or the cheeseburger? What's your favorite? There you go. Get that in the shot. Don't get me wrong. I love the chicken McNuggets. I love the Big Mac. I like the Quarter Pounder. When I was in high school, I used to get the double Quarter Pounder a lot. But my go-to lately, and I just had McDonald's the other day, are the little cheeseburgers. Classic. Takes me back to my childhood. Very nostalgic. What's your favorite McDonald's menu? Also, they have good ice cream when it's working. When the machines aren't down, I often used to get a vanilla sundae, or a vanilla with chocolate like drizzle sundae, hot fudge sundae. Indiana's first McDonald's, the Hoosier McDonald's, the original one. That was awesome. Okay, and now we have about a 25-minute drive south on State Road 3 to my hometown, Newcastle, Indiana, to my very first McDonald's. I've shown it before. I have to point out that across the street, right here, Rowley's. Back in Florida, Checkers. I actually ate at Checkers in Florida before I ever ate at a Rowley's. Actually, I don't even know if I've ever eaten at a Rowley's. There's not too many of these in Indiana. This may be Indiana's first Rowley's. It's either, I know it's been here ever since I remember, since I was a kid. I know there's a couple in Indianapolis, but this one's pretty old as well. All right, folks. Welcome to my hometown, my birthplace, Newcastle, Indiana. Spent a majority of my life here as a toddler. We moved away to Greenfield, a New Palestine area, where I was really a boy. And then before we moved back to Florida, we moved back here to Newcastle. This is where my mom and my dad's from, my grandparents, all of us born right here. State Road 3, right over there, Farm Bureau Insurance. That used to be, that building right there used to be a video store. That's where I saw some of my first Friday the 13th videos. Not in there, but rented them and took it home. And right across from that, McDonald's. My childhood McDonald's right here. Actually, just a straight shot, 15 minutes north, Indiana's first. Now, it doesn't look like it did when I lived here. They actually deconstructed the old building. It actually sat facing 3. It didn't face sideways like this. There was a playground. I remember getting lots of splinters. It was an old school playground. It had a wooden kind of section to it. It had, I think the Hamburglar was in there. And the McDonald's that used to sit here had a basement. And as I said, my aunt was the general manager here, or the store manager, for like 20 years. And also my mom worked here in high school. I was just telling my mom that I was going to check out McDonald's today. And she said, she told me a story about how she cut her hand in the basement and had to have stitches. I guess she was going down the rail, the steps, And when she got to the bottom, her hand caught like an edge of the rail that was very sharp, and she bled her own blood right here below us. I don't know if it still has a basement today. I was down in that basement when I was little. That was very cool. I thought all McDonald's had basements. It's like an Alamo moment. There's no basement in the Alamo. Well, I don't think there's any more basements in McDonald's anymore, so they may have filled that in. It could be one there, I don't know. This is it, my childhood McDonald's. I could tell you a lot of stories. Spent a lot of time here, specifically on the play place. I can remember getting my Batman Returns toys here. I am very, very, very in a hurry, guys. I have 400 miles to travel until I can sleep tonight. So this is going to be a short video. Tomorrow's video will be a whole lot longer. This is off the cuff, unexpected. Thankfully I was able to visit my mom and she's doing okay. So, but keep her in her thoughts and your prayers. Love you, Mom. Happy I got to spend time with you. I will be back to my hometown very shortly. I didn't get to hang out with anyone but my mom this weekend for obvious reasons. And there's much ahead. I got plans, and wow. Wait till you see all that happens in 2025 here on this channel. There has never been this much ahead. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like fast food videos, check out my food history playlist on the main page of my YouTube channel. I never thought I would end a video right here at my original McDonald's. That's pretty cool. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you. It's time to hit the road. 400 miles, and I'm hauling butt. And to fill up at the Marathon gas station here in Newcastle. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are, what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. See you tomorrow. See you soon. This used to be a Swifty gas station when I was a kid. And I just have to put here in the end of the video, just because I'm passing it, right here on State Road 3 in Rushville, they have still an original McDonald's building. Not original, but this is what we saw in the 80s. This actually might be from the 70s. It's still here. I've eaten here before. Just had to stop and show you that this is probably the oldest McDonald's building I have seen in a long time. It's cool that they have the classic one. And next door, my dad used to like to eat here, the Just Right restaurant. Those used to be a chain way back in the day. I think this one here in Rushville is one of the last ones. I've also eaten over there. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.